Good day, good morning, good day to everyone who's watching. Good morning, CAF Champions League finalist.
Good morning.
Finally, ne?
Yeah.
Finally, ne?
What do CAF Champions League finalists do on a Saturday morning?
Have an awesome breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have some coffee.
Relax.
Relax and start your day.
Do wholesome things.
Yeah, because I mean, we're used to this thing.
Yeah.
In your lifetime, 3 Champions League finals.
I mean, no team in the Southern region has made it to more finals.
I get where we are adding numbers. Are these the numbers?
Maybe.
The thing about this thing is that you must keep probing until it gives way.
Exactly.
The greatest.
Exactly.
The greatest of all time.
Exactly.
Eventually it will make way.
I mean, we've been knocking.
Oh my God.
9 years.
Oh, Homlemo.
9 years.
Homlemo. 9 years of pain, of dejection, of exit after exit, exit after exit.
And you can name them all because you remember them like it's yesterday. Penalty shootout at Wydad, 2017.
Yes.
Horoya,
2018. Yeah.
2019.
Oh my God.
With
that
Wydad,
semi-final.
not.
The goal didn't come in Pretoria.
2020, Ahly.
Oh, the greatest of all time.
2020 Ahly. 2029 Pedro. 2021 Pedro.
Quarter final.
2022 Wydad.
Before you jump, 2021 is the one where Obi said CAF must exclude us Hanya. Yeah.
We've been through so much pain.
Yeah, you can continue 2022.
2022 with that 2-2 Loftus.
No, that's 2023.
Oh, that's 2022.
Yeah.
2022 give.
2022.
Pedro, might be Pedro.
I think it's Pedro. 2021 is Ahly. 2021, yeah, Coach Pete.
Yeah.
And then 2020.
2021 is that season Chiefs went to the final.
Yeah, Rinseki Ahly was Coach Pete. So remember that 2020,
Yeah.
we were knocked out by Al Ahly when Coach Pete was with us.
Yes.
And then he went to Al Ahly.
Yes, to go win it.
And then he won it. And then he
Yeah.
knocked us out the following year.
Oh, 2021.
Yeah.
2022 was Pedro. Oh, Pedro was
2022, yeah. Quarter final.
2023 it was
The greatest heartbreak ever.
I don't think I've seen the
Yeah, because of Bor.
2024
Oh my God.
was Esperance. No, 2024 was very sad as a year because we never even scored a single goal in the knockout stages of the Champions League, and
Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of people became impatient with the previous coach and.
What was some musical with the previous coach?
with Coach Rulani.
Yeah.
with Coach Rulani. And I feel there was an unfortunate, year for us. But we are here now in the final.
Homilemo, we are finally in the final, and like even when you look at the fan camps, they're a true reflection of Sundowns supporters. Because it was relief more than jubilation. Like we finally made it. It was just a relief. Like everyone was relieved. We were finally like we have a crack at this thing. We have a crack at this thing. We've been losing domestic finals, but it didn't hurt as much as losing the semi-final, like the Champions League, because this is a competition we want to win. This is a competition we are a staple in. Like if when FIFA say to CAF, bring your best, Sundowns is amongst the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's a UN football somewhere and they're like, can we meet with all your top tier teams, every federation? CAF will have to pick Sundowns because we are forever like in the top 4. And then, like what I was telling Pluto last week, first leg, if we stumble, then you can allow people to call us perennial semi-finalists
or chokers. Yeah.
I thought it will be easier to shoot this thing in the morning, while like after having digested it and. But I think it even gets worse. Like
Yeah, I
it gets
think it gets
because
trickier.
it gets trickier because you're like,
Yeah, that's what you say. That's what you say. That's
Agina
what you
manzu,
say.
boy.
Yeah.
Agina manzu. Like
Yeah.
you can say to me now, what happened in the 71st minute at Kopol? What happened at Kopol, boy? Because just making it like, you know, Clocks. I love the video of Clocks in the fan camps when he said we were not even ourselves. Like in this knockout stages, we were not playing the brand of football as Sundowns supporters. And that made me happy because it said to me that Sundowns supporters know. And like it's one thing like Rulani kept saying last season, or like this team, like the supporters know how this team is supposed to play. So it
My
made
question is that I understand that we all agree that we had to do something different to win the Champions League,
Yes.
and that something different came with compromising our identity a bit.
So what I'm saying, the point I was trying to land is the fact that Sundown supporters know, Hore, this is not who we are. But for the mere fact that Hore, this time it got us to the final that we hadn't reached in 9 years, Humulim. That's all that matters right
Now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can't fool Sundown supporters. We're going to win this Champions League, Humulim. We're going to beat this penalty.
We have to.
We're going to win this
We have
Champions
to.
League.
And
Here's the point I'm making. You can win the Champions League, ne? And then come back and think, this is how I won the Champions League and I'll play this way. That's not going to happen. Sometimes supporters, like, they will allow it for this elusive second star, but somewhere, somehow, you are going to have to go back to what they know, because what they know is what wins us league titles.
No, I hear you. And I was gonna ask that. I'm obviously ecstatic and I'm over the moon that we've reached the final. But as I said, it came at the expense of compromising our identity a bit. And I feel like Jose Mourinho mentioned something, very interesting. I think it was when he was talking about Champions League being won on moments and not necessarily you being the better team.
Even Miguel Cardoso said it.
Is it?
Yeah, he said it.
So I wonder if we can go back. So I wonder if we can switch back to being the dominant team that we were on the field of play, and in the Champions League, alter it and play this football that we're playing now. I wonder if we can find a balance. Al-Ali, I think, do it really well, because Egypt, Al-Ali, they are the dominant possession.
Yeah.
But when they play the Champions League, it's a different.
But they percentage football.
Yes.
Yeah, but now I'll take it home if we do the percentage football like on the continent, and then when we come back home we play our enterprising style of play.
I'll also take it.
Yeah.
I'll also take it.
Yeah.
But it's my thing is that you play how you train. So trainer, if you know. We're in the final.
We're in the final. We're in the final. Like, is there anything you wanted more than this?
No. There's nothing. There's nothing I wanted more than.
Let me tell you, boy. Let's cross that bridge when we get there, boy.
Ne?
We have to celebrate this moment, enjoy this moment, and look forward to the final. Like you just mentioned it, like more final appearances for any SADC region team,
and a chance to go to the Club World Cup as the champions of Africa. What like that's major.
Is there anything else? Is there anything else?
That is major.
Exactly, boy. Exactly,
a chance to go to the Club World Cup as the champions of Africa. Like, we'll be there with. Barcelona aren't even the Club World Cup.
No, they're not. I don't think they are.
What if they win the Champions League? They're not going to the Club World Cup.
I don't know. This one definitely not. Yeah, June.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it will be like the next one.
Oh wow.
It will be the next one.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's why like it's even tough to even touch on the game, Mabane, because when you look at the game, boy, like we were not good. But the games also, you have to give it to Miguel Cardoso, boy, because he finally broke through.
Yeah.
We've always been this close, and we finally broke through.
And he spoke yesterday about in his press. I caught cut downs of his presses on social media. Spoke about the belief.
Yeah.
The belief was always there that even when we went down, the belief was always there that we will score.
Yes.
We will score. We will score. And I think it's more about mentality than anything. I think it's a mentality thing that he instilled.
Yeah.
Right. That listen, go to an keep probing.
Yeah.
It will come. It will come. And that's the sense I get. And even in Ronan's interview, I think that before we left South Africa, he said, we've been here before and we made a mistake and we failed. I think this year we've grown in mentality and we know how to approach things better now. Which credit to the coach for instilling that into the boys.
And also you must also give the coach credit because this is his second final, like back to back.
Exactly.
Back to back finals. Exactly. And if you look at how Ahly won that final against Esperance, I'm Robil.
Never play penalty, man. Why do you want to penalty?
But like, I think you can look at it another way, where like the direction of the ball changed. So maybe he could have made contact with the ball first.
Maybe.
Because the direction of the ball changed. I get Lucas Nayako, but the ball went there.
Yeah.
Lena, I felt like Robil that penalty. But like the more I kept looking at it, I was like, the direction of the ball changed. So maybe that's why. I'm not saying I agree with it, but like it's something that I will take. But like I don't want to lie, boy. It's sweeter this way.
Yeah, it's sweeter.
It's sweeter this way.
It's definitely sweeter.
It's a penalty where people like they will moan and more gents. We were knocked out fair and square. Fair and square.
But when I was watching I think I told you over the phone when I was watching a game with a friend of mine. Babona Robaja. So I want to say our defender at Zamona was Simvala. Last minute by the around like I've never seen him so confident. So our Babona, our Bailo Robaja own goal. Our defender at Zamona Bailo was Simvala own goal.
Boy, I think it's sweeter this way. I don't want to lie to you. I think it's sweeter this way.
Yeah.
When you look at that first half, boy, like that first half, and it's not like Wabana. Last week, so much was made. Someone, I think like 2 people approached me because, and another one sent me a text. I think your question was tough to the coach, and I'm like, yeah, but like, if you don't make use of your home ground advantage, like. We have to ask the hard questions. The thing is that like Sundowns win so much that we always ask questions that seem like we're glazing the coach or whatever. But like the tough question had to be asked. We're like, is it a concern that you couldn't create a chance at home? And then he backed up his words, Maband. Like Maband, he backed up his words because in the first half we created chances.
Even in the second half,
we created chances. But what I'm saying is that going away in front of 75,000 capacity crowd, and like still like a first half, like you create that chance, like same way when it's in Call of us.
Yeah.
Like at least it's something that you can look at and say, okay, like we are here to play.
Yeah.
But I don't want to lie, home and I was not happy with the starting lineup. I was not happy. You know, this review has to be a celebratory review But
we also have to say how we feel, and we're not just here to talk. Again, we are here to analyze from our driver's license.
Yeah, but I really wasn't happy with that lineup. And this is okay. I understand. This is the second time where one lineup comes out and then it changes. But I understand the first time that Tashrik, it was a meta Esperance, where he was struggling physically because he just came out of Ramadan. Maramabane, Sales was on the lineup and then it's Kali Kitapel. Like no shock, Kitapel on the pitch. Like yeah. But, you know, obviously the midfield and the defense, like I think it picked itself.
isn't it crazy how Musa Lusa came back into the team after months of not playing, and he looks in top shape and top form?
Yeah, but wasn't in top form for the goal, no? The goal they scored, it wasn't in top form. But it's the mistake of the midfielders, because we were setting up in our I forgot the terminology, that
The build-up phase.
we were in that build-up phase, and Tibza lost the ball. I think Lucas
Marare's defense, you know.
yeah, I think our rest defense leaves a lot to be desired
Yeah.
this season, because we get caught so easily, and
But
it's easy to
it to me like area coach Mangoba, because
no that's okay this season.
we were always so wide,
Yeah.
like we was always so wide. Every time we lost the ball, and every time we lost the ball, the opposition got every single time, so I think it's adjusting back,
Yeah.
teaching and learning what was taught in preseason.
Yeah,
You know,
because our games were like basketball games.
Exactly. So I think it's a matter of fact of unlearning what was done in preseason. Again, big credit to Miguel Cardoso, guys. Big credit. And now I know I sit and I criticize the coach on a lot of things, but when he does well, I'm a fan, man. And when he does well and pulls off results like that, I will sit here and say I congratulate him.
No, for real, boy.
And yeah, man.
Yeah, we're still making the point about the front three. Make me understand how Tashrik Matthews is starting games ahead of Shaluli Lele Renas. I understand some things can be tactical, but I don't think it's justified. It's not justified.
No.
If you look at how Saleh is like an automatic sub, and the past two games. I will sponsor about if it is a goof.
No, I
Oh, yeah. So I'm like, to be honest, I don't think, you are going into do or die games.
Yeah.
Reynas has proven to you that I can give you a goal. He's our second top scorer. Both your top scorers are on the bench. Now, if there's one thing I really don't get, Coach Miguel, is how he justifies his lineups. And it's hard to say this because we are where we want to be. We're in a Champions League final.
Yeah.
But I feel like it could be easier than it is, because I think we are also making it a bit harder. Mohung, especially when you look at the game at home. I think we could have won the game at home had we made the right decisions. Because I feel like Mohung, we are just and I don't think this is what this team needs to win. Obviously, we can't win things the same way. I'm not saying we can't win. We must always win the way Coach Peter winning Champions League, the final where you blow Zamalek out of the water.
Yeah.
But I honestly feel with the right banking on your guys that have delivered and they have the numbers to show, I think we stand a chance of winning more comfortably than we are.
Yeah.
I mean, I really appreciate where we are. I appreciate the fact that we're in the Champions League final. But I feel like it could be a bit easier than we are making it, because I don't think starting Tashrik is justified. I don't. I'm not saying Tashrik is not good enough to play for Sundowns. He is, ne? But when you look at the numbers and the moments Reynas has given you, you know what I'm saying? The moments Reynas has given you, I think it's unjustifiable that Tashrik is starting ahead of him. And also, Tapelo hasn't also started Kopeli in a while. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I have a problem with Tapelo starting, but swapping Sales for Tapelo, I mean, guys.
Hey, but we're in the final, guys. We're in the final. Do you want to go into the ratings, or do you want to,
Yeah, I think what I wanted to touch on Bila Kitawaya starting lineup, and I feel like we will get caught out if we don't tighten up.
if we're not careful?
Yeah, because I don't think we are tightening up properly. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're in the final. That's the bottom line of this thing. We're in the final. Rate Ronan for me.
Niggas are happy on your post.
Of course, yeah.
Kill tanta ke hana.
Yeah.
Mara give me a post.
Of course.
I'm not happy. 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we go right or we go left
Right.
first? I mean,
12.
20 out of 10. I'm not even
Say
joking.
Sailor Mudau.
I'm not even joking. 20 out of 10, boy.
My God. Happy birthday, Sailor Mudau. Happy birthday.
Might be his best ever game for Sundowns. Might be.
Just might be.
But he has so many.
That's
Mara,
the thing.
because of
The
the stage of the Champions League, and then like this was a big game.
Yeah.
And then like away,
Yeah.
nah. So and also like when coach took off, was it Lubusa for Sales? Like Saila had to cover so much ground, so much more ground than he usually does.
I think Anta Lunga.
No, Lunga didn't start.
Oh, Lunga.
Yeah, I think it was
Lubusa
for Sales, yeah. And then Anta, you can say Lunga for Aubrey.
Oh,
Which is another sub I don't get when we're chasing a goal.
But it is from here, na goal day. It is from Divine Crusade. It is from here.
Okay.
That's why Nalana is not license again.
Yeah, but like I'm so serious. Like I'm giving Kulis a 20 out of 10.
Ibe you.
Nah.
Ibe you 20 out of 10.
Top performance. I thought Grant
Over the two ties.
was so good.
Over the two ties.
And also Al Ahly have some good attackers. Al Ahly have some good attackers. Like they have net eaters there. They have Buben Chakri. They have tricky players to deal with.
Yeah.
But with Tahir Mohammed, like they have tricky players.
Yeah.
And I think over the two ties, Grant came out clean. What this?
And it was better there.
That's why I reacted the way I did. Yeah, my weekend can change, ne?
Yeah. Ruhas Fatle.
I'm giving Grant an 8. An 8.
Happy.
Musa. Except for but I still don't see it as his mistake.
Yeah.
I don't see the goal as his mistake.
7.5 or 7?
7.
7.
Yeah. I think Obbs was good in the first half. Also,
I think he's another one that played very well over the two times.
Olola. Yeah, but in the first time he was the best player on the pitch.
Yeah.
And then in this one he was decent.
Yeah.
He was just decent in this one. Yeah, but like in the second half, I think maybe ran out of the legs.
But I thought he defended well.
He
defended so well.
Yeah.
Defended so well. He made sure he got to the ball first before Atakaya High. Like I think he defended.
Yeah, and from the get go.
Yeah.
From the get go. I think Obbs a 7.
Happy.
A 7. Yeah.
Happy.
Dibza.
His mistake for the goal.
Of course. And Lucas, they have to own up to that goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bali too.
But all in all,
We're in the final.
I mean, but also like on the biggest stage in the biggest game, who would be the first name on your
I
team
don't
sheet?
think I want to give anyone who started less than a 7. I don't think.
No, but there are some who are gonna get less than a 7. But Debs, I can give Debs the rating you wanna give him.
7.
You wanna give him a 7? Oh, I'll take the 7. I think Jaden is 6.5.
Okay.
I think Jaden is 6.5.
Private Z.
Okay, let's see. I think Jaden is 6.5. Yeah. What did you make of Marcelo's performance?
Yeah, I thought he was off yesterday. Like in the first leg.
And then like what? It's not like we don't have options. We do have options. We have Spelele, we have No Miami. We do have options.
Prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'll be in big.
You are here. There's a mic in front of you. How do you prefer not to speak with over the mic?
No.
But no one.
No, but we've always said, but guys, Marcelo can't play every single match.
And every minute.
He's the only player that plays every single match. I'm sure this game Marcelo's missed only one game.
Yeah, and also like I think Liana, like it takes a toll on him sometimes.
His quality. Nobody questions his quality, but also like.
But like so many games, like output won't be the same.
One little brain fat, just snacks. Like
Rate him.
I think I want to give him a 6.
You were saying no one will go less
No, I
than
agree
a
with the precedence.
seven. No, but like we're being for real.
No, yeah, six.
Yeah, no 6. I'll take the
Yeah.
6. I'll take the 6.
Uh,
I think Lucas had a better performance.
yeah.
Compared to the first leg,
Yeah.
I think Lucas had a better performance.
Yeah.
He tried everything. The dink,
Yeah.
the one shishi like.
Ke re o ebetse first time, man.
But you know Shika likes to.
Haramba Cairo.
Yeah, so I think Lucas was very good yesterday. I wouldn't have taken him off. No. I don't know how many times I must say that. Can we see Lucas, Shika, and
1-9.
and Peter like on the pitch? Can I go on?
Kam khosera bona go FNB.
Easy. I think I'll give Lucas an 8 for yesterday's performance. I'll give him an 8. And you know, had they given that penalty, he wasn't gonna mess around.
Yeah, no.
Wasn't gonna mess around.
Benenga in front of 75,000 Egyptians.
Tapelo? Hasn't played up front like in a while. 6.
0.5.
Okay.
6.5. Yeah, I thought
Tashrik got a glorious chance in the first half. And I remember him scoring from that position, but with his right foot against Chip. But you know, like these games, fine margins. You don't have the time you have against Stanley Nwabali and co. You know, so what rating would you have for Tashrik?
let's not go lower than 6. We're in the final.
If I formula. The performance.
But we're in the final.
Yeah, but like performance high was not a performance it leads us to a final. It had to take other things for us to get to the final.
Mara, let's give him a 6.
No, it's a 5. The thing is that Humulimo, like you mustn't behave like the standards of Sundowns, the standards to everyone else. Our standards are not the same, boy. Our standards are not the same. Like what's good enough elsewhere is below average at Sundowns.
Yeah.
Who came off the bench first?
Must have been.
Okay, I think you'll cut this part and then
Yeah.
you'll continue from where you. Where's your favorite?
Tomile Mshishi, Reina Shalvile Lungasales.
Oh, okay.
Shika came off the bench first.
I mean, like
There.
Was there ever in doubt?
Yeah.
He had to.
But
And
I thought-
he came on Kanokapaya when there was a penalty call.
Penalty call.
Yeah.
But I thought he struggled in the first 10 minutes after his sub.
Yeah.
I thought he struggled. Lost the ball a couple of times. Didn't, but obviously got off Tase. It's a home game. We are chasing a goal.
Yeah.
He'll have more time and space on the ball.
Yes.
Because it even comes from deep. But yesterday there was a bit of pressing from Ahly because no home game. Yeah. So,
And it's Shika.
yeah. So I
had a glorious chance. Man.
Yeah, he had a glorious chance. I thought he was gonna hit it first time, but as you said, Shika's the first time.
First time
Nyako
finish.
iketli.
Yeah, nyako ibe.
Yeah.
Nyako plaga.
Wa bona lo re na dispuso vile ka tsene. Le bras ba go pasa net.
Yeah, rating for Shika?
Temazana, I'll never rate him less than a 7 in my life. 7. I'll be disrespecting football itself as a sport.
I was gonna give him a 7.5.
Okay, let's go. Yeah,
I was gonna give him a 7.5.
Yeah.
Reynas and who?
Peter.
Oh, Reynas and Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Peter, like, I don't think there was much.
Yeah.
There was not a lot from him. But Reynas will always give any defense like problems. And I think just for the mere fact that it's half his goal, I'll give Reynas a 7.5. I'll give Peter a 5.5.
Okay.
Divine will obviously be a bit higher.
Yeah, I think 'cause
He was
he played in
decent
that
off the
cross.
bench.
He played and Shiga also played a part in that role because Divine Ule crossing away quad Shiga I flicker so.
Yeah.
And then that's when it landed Momautong
Ikram.
Ikram and then
Yeah. Read Divine.
6.5.
7.
Okay.
7.
7.
Yeah.
5.
Ma.
Salas. 5.
Salah, at least like we're gonna give him a Champions League medal. Let him take the Champions League medal. Remove it, go transfer room. Go back. Go back. They can scam other people. Like they don't scam you, Lemus. Yeah. No. At least we improved him. We gave him a Champions League.
Yeah.
We are giving him a title.
Yeah.
A league title. Remove for Champions League.
Yeah. We're giving him a continental double.
Go back to Belgium or wherever you came from, brother. Please.
We've seen enough.
We can go to the Club World Cup.
Safranco give us more.
We will always go back. Afonso gave us.
He against peak Julius Musinamed in Devon. I mean.
Yeah, no. Salas is not giving us anything. I get all the nice touches leading king.
But he's 23. Let's give him time.
Brazil 23. Because I got 23 go Brazil. They're doing better things. I saw someone saying, I think it was Pet Buff. Both Eastern Maya, like you break the bank for them. But it's delicious.
Marabu Eastern Maya, let's have a PSL.
Yeah, no. Salas, my brother, just take your Champions League medal and just go. Just go, please. I have issues with certain things of the game yesterday, but I have to give Coach Miguel a 10 because
100%.
You took us over the line.
100%.
We've been struggling to go over this line, and you took us over the line.
100%.
Let's be fair. 10.
Yeah. Supporters, read the supporters as well. Mamelodi.
Supporters of Mamelodi Sundowns.
20.
Same performance, Maban.
Yeah.
Same performance.
Yeah.
You know, Maban, I saw how important Batos Long are. You know, before, from the 80th minute, Long like pushed and rallied where people were starting to like Baba AG, like you know, like that feeling starts creeping in or another exit. Long, Zuma, and the two other guys, Washapas Gublit and Swarel, I'll get your names.
Yeah.
Long, Zuma, that crew Ela Nabali just in front of Sgubu Maban. Unreal stuff. Unreal stuff. But from the 80th minute until we scored, they didn't stop singing. They didn't stop singing. They didn't stop singing. That's why you saw the reaction you saw from Long on the fan camps.
He was very emotional.
Exactly.
He was
because
very emotional.
But
was Long
pushing.
believed, even like a first leg, we are going to the final.
Lynn, we are going to
the final, guys.
Yeah.
But
like Lynn, I was like, who will get something in Cairo? Yeah, and here we are.
Naga have time next to give up. Gar artlo hele.
Whether plus na lipinya ninyan. Na lispiruan.
Sanonyan.
Pilinya nonyan. But guess it's you'll forgive us if maybe like you won't enjoy this review because as now every time I'm like recording reviews, in my head I'm like, would I enjoy watching this? And because like you know, once that I think this relief has just our minds are everywhere. Our minds are everywhere.
So this is where I was going. I think this is where the obsession of the Champions League has led us. That you don't even enjoy the wins anymore. It's more of relief here. Waba. This is where unfortunately this competition is.
After we win this thing, can we go back to Obaking's statement?
Which one?
Yeah, can Kev give us a break for 1 year? Like after we win this thing, give us a break. This thing is too much. A stress study thing is just too much, boy.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Chumcha rena ka ntlhela from down the N1 ke bone di-tweet tsa bona ba utlwa pain ke stage 1 ke stage 1 a ba sa itlipila ke stage 1
Yeah, but like to be honest with you, like I really wanted the South African final.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Pirates, Jeb. I don't wanna lie. Like scoring 2 goals away, scoring 2 goals away home limb, and you don't make it to the final, and like you led 2-1. Abo Jose aba serious. Oh, dlala ka documentary ha in that.
Last dance.
Aye, well, last dance. We gotta get last Panzula dance. As it is Sunday. But yeah, guys, like we'll see you. Apparently, we're playing Richards Bay
On Wednesday.
Yeah.
Let's sing.
Let's like a home away.
Home, Loftus. Home game in my Loftus.
Loftus after the long weekends again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll be there.
We go to work Tuesday one day, and then
It's only one Tuesday. Next game we'll go Wednesday first.
Joe.
Okay, but I'll be working, but from home.
Joe.
Yeah. Guys, see you on Wednesday. We are CAF Champions League finalists, and this is Neo's wearing a special jersey today.
Yes. This one.
Bye, guys.
Nakwe brapesi ya tsena khairwa sheba ka melga ma bona a bona ntwela go diva.
Ciao, guys.